The Four Assemblies. Sutra. The Buddha was also accompanied by 500 bhiksunis, 500 upasakas and 500 upasikas. All had seen the holy truths. Sastra. Question. There were 5,000 bhiksus. Why did the other assemblies each consist of 500 members? B. Answer. In women, wisdom is often deficient while the afflictions and defilements are serious. Almost always seeking happiness and pleasure, they are rarely capable of breaking their fetters and obtaining deliverance. And so, the Buddha said, this teaching of dependent origination is supreme, profound and difficult to grasp, but the destruction of all the afflictions, renunciation and the attainment of nirvana are even more difficult to find. That is why women attain it more rarely than the bhiksus. Single quote. Having families, the upasakas and the upasikas have impure minds, unable to destroy their impurities. They are content with understanding the Four Noble Truths and acting as aspirants. Thus a stanza says, despite its splendid body, the peacock cannot fly as far as the swan. In the same way, the layman, despite his wealth and nobility, is not the equal of the monk whose qualities are eminent. Thus, although the bhiksunis have gone forth from home and renounced worldly activities, their wisdom is deficient. This is why there are only 500 bhiksunis who have attained arhathood. In the two lay assemblies, upasakas and upasikas who live at home and are busy there, those who have found the path are rare. Each of them consists also of 500 members. Question. Why does the sutra not praise these three communities as it has the 5,000 arhats? Answer. Because the praise of the great assembly of bhiksus is also valid for the others. Moreover, if the three communities were praised separately, the heretics would ask why the bhiksunis in particular were praised and would slander them. If the lay people were praised, they would say it was to flatter them. That is why the sutra does not praise them. Question. In other mahayanasutras, the Buddha is accompanied by a great assembly of bhiksus numbering 8,000, 60,000 or 100,000. Yet this mahaprajnaparamita is the most important of the sutras. Thus it is said in the tchou lay peen. Losing the other sutras as a whole is a light sin, but losing a single word of the prajnaparamita is a very grave sin. From this we know that the prajnaparamita is the most important sutra. A very numerous assembly would be needed at this most important sutra. Why is the number of its auditors restricted to 5,000 bhiksus and to the groups of 500 each of bhiksunis, upasakas and upasikas? Answer. 1. If the size of the crowd of listeners is restricted, it is because the sutra is very profound and hard to fathom. In the same way, when a king, rajan, possesses real jewels, he does not tell this to ordinary people, but he does announce it to great individuals, his confidants. When a king holds council, he deliberates with his ministers, his confidants, his experts, but he does not admit the lesser officials. 2. Furthermore, 6,500 individuals who make up the audience of the Prajnaparamita Sutra have all attained the path. Although they do not understand all of the profound Prajnaparamita, nevertheless they believe in it and are able to acquire the fourfold faith of pure knowledge. In other sutras, the auditors are more numerous but not all have obtained the path. See finally, we have praised the 10 million arhats amongst whom the 5,000 best were selected. It was the same for the bhiksunis, the upasakas, and upasikas. Being difficult to find, these victorious ones are not numerous. End chapter 7.